Hello, my name is Jason and welcome back to I Have a Story. God, I just started crying again coming out here thinking about making this video. This is a video why I don't know that I'll ever even get to talk to my kids again. It's part of why I'm making these videos, to leave for them something to remember me by and know who their dad was. Not the evil monster that they were told and forced into their heads that I was. Talked about the Jehovah's Witness coming and visiting, and they came and visited me over the weekend. And he said to me, "Your spirit isn't picked up at all since the last time I came and visited you." I told him, "It's because I don't have a future. It's over for me." He started preaching and quoting scripture and looking at me and pointing at this and talking about like this is some sort of loss. After this happened, my counselor said several times she couldn't believe how strong I was, how good I took this. This is nothing. Losing a house and stuff, who gives a shit? Fuck it all. That isn't what hurts. That is not why it's over for me. I've lost everything multiple times in my life. This is nothing to come back from. So I looked at him and I said, "You find me a scripture that quotes how to deal with this. You have been coming here for 2 years, listening to me talk about what I'm dealing with and what I'm struggling with in life, which is why you come to visit me. It's not the loss of what this is behind me. I care less about it. It's my kids. It's been over 2 years since I've got to be with them, and I don't see any hope that I will ever get to be with them again. It wasn't this that broke me. It was the devil again, and I can't take any more. I've had enough of it. And it's not even the devil that broke me. It was the system who was supposed to protect me." I'll be making a video, I'll probably air that video on Wednesday. My apologies to my kids because I had it all wrong. I let them down because Daddy had it all wrong. Everything I was born and raised and taught and forced to believe in was all a lie. So I let them down. The system is what let us all down. I got my response back last week from Michigan Supreme Court. My counselor doesn't even know what to make out of it because I filed 4 cases. I got back 1 letter, didn't specify which case it was, and was only 1 sentence that said, "We didn't find anything illegal here and there's nothing we can do about it." So I'm supposed to take that it's legal to falsify documents in court. It's legal to even go to the point of falsifying warrants for somebody's arrest and supplying them to a court to arrest this person on. That apparently is all legal, right? Apparently it's legal for me to have my children alienated and abused, and for me to file in court and be refused the right to even be heard. That's legal. It's legal for me to provide all the evidence, and nothing matters except for the word of a woman. The woman who did it all. Provably, undeniably. I've already aired it all. Not even close to all of it, enough. But they told me to go get fucked. And I have no other choice now but to do exactly that. I try to rebuild from this and she finds out I got a hammer and a box of nails, she'll have me in court and the court will take it all away and give it to her because I don't deserve any of it. I am not a human being. I'm a dog strapped to a tree being whipped and whipped. Because it wasn't already abuse enough to be verbally and physically abused by a woman that I loved, to have to spend nights laying in bed with my children and sleeping with them because I couldn't lay in bed with the woman I know was just with another man that night. No, I didn't suffer enough, did I? I was such the abusive monster, she didn't even erase the text messages out of her phone from that man. I still have them. And I didn't even know about it until the text messages until 2 years later. Tells you how much of a forceful, dominant person I am and how scared she was of me to not even delete the evidence 2 years later and have it in our house. So now I'm at my breaking point. We all have one. I said it before a long time ago. I don't know if I do or when it'll happen, but it happened. The night, the very day she found out about this fire, which she found out in court that night, a friend that her and I grew up with reaches out to me out of the blue. This is a father who on his Facebook page is covered in the Lord this, Jesus that, and father's rights all across his board. I've shared my stories with him, never heard anything back from him. But he reaches out to me that night. Didn't ask me how I was doing. Didn't ask me anything, but only wanted to know about this, and that was the only information he got. And never even asked me if I was okay, but didn't have time to talk. Can't remember the last time I talked to him. I was trying to think positive that, hey, this might be a sign from the Lord. He's trying to send somebody good into my life to help me out. Well, it turned out to be the opposite. I spent several days trying to contact him. Hey, man, you got time to talk now? It was nice to hear from you. Miss you. And after a week, I finally caved in. Obviously, you weren't trying to contact me because you cared. Apparently, you had other agendas. The only information you got was this. You didn't even ask me how I was doing, and you don't have time to talk. And you still don't have time to talk or even to respond to any of my messages I've sent for a week. Oh, well, now he can respond. What are you trying to say? I'm asking you, why were you contacting me because you cared, or were you contacting me for other reasons? His response back was, I don't know what to say. Well, my response to that is, there's only one thing left to say. Goodbye, and don't you ever contact me again. I spent a week trying to contact you, and you just don't have time for me, but you had time the night that she found out. Am I stupid? I tried not to be, and I did not let that interfere with my brain. So Jason Gore, you ever want to stand up and be a man and contact me and tell me what that was all about, I'll give you the opportunity here. We can talk about it right here on my channel. You don't take somebody who's suffering from all that I've suffered from and suffering at the time of this and then play fucking games with me. And it still continued. My first time I tried calling my kids. Their mom answers the phone. I'm not allowed to be talking to her mom, but again, she tries making me break the law again. And she wants to know what insurance company I have. None of your business, let me talk to the kids. Who's your insurance company? Let me talk to the kids. Yes, I recorded it like I do everything. Got to document my whole freaking life to protect myself, but it don't even matter because courts don't care about evidence. That's what I thought it was all about. Come to find out, it's about evidence. And that's going to be my video on Wednesday to my kids. I had it all wrong. So then I hung up the phone. It's none of her business. I'm not allowed legally to be talking to her, but she keeps doing it to me and trying to put me in that position, and the courts keep wanting to empower it and allow it. And now I even get letters, and I'm getting contacted by insurance companies that I didn't even have insurance through. And apparently she's trying to commit insurance fraud because they want to know why there are insurance claims being submitted on a property that had no insurance. And why she's filed claims on our property. So that would be insurance fraud to try to file claims when you didn't have insurance. And then I didn't get to talk to my kids for yet another week because I call and no answer. And I don't know what's coming next. So if I call my kids when I'm this vulnerable and at a state where I'm ready to just lose it, I might lose it. And in order to protect everybody, because this is where people go wrong. People act in the absolute instant of that emotion, and they go out and commit acts that you're not supposed to do. Well, I know better than do that, and I know that when I'm going to be poked and prodded to do that, then I need to step back. So when I'm at that state, I step back. You've already heard me talk. It's in her protection order. She's so scared of me, but yet I'm the one who walks away, and she gets in between me and the door and stops that, right? Because that's what you do when you're a scared victim of abuse. You try to stop your perpetrator from leaving. I thought that's what most victims wanted, was their perpetrator to leave. No, it's actually, and the judge can't read through that. I've already aired it. It's on my channel. That absolute in her own handwriting. But none of that matters. I'm a man. I apparently didn't already pay enough, and I just get to keep paying for the rest of my life. I am today's slave, and I have no future or chance being today's slave. Slave to a system, a slave to abusive women who all cheated on me. Both my wives, I can prove, had affairs in my marriage. I didn't pay enough. I get to keep paying for it more, when the exact acts that they committed on me were the ones that are actually being held against me, because that's what men were claimed to do. Again, ideology in this country has destroyed it. Destroyed our country. Reality always exists. You can put any amount of rainbows and flowers on it all you want. Shit is still going to stink. So I can't call and talk to my kids, because I don't know when I'm going to be poked at next. And it's all been empowered, 110% empowered by the court. I file, I'm refused the right to even be heard about it. Instead, we're going to listen to what she wants to complain about, and that's what that court session turned into. I've already aired that absolute transcript from court of her attorney even calling the court out on it. That's how blatant it is. Her own attorney called the court out on it. I have no chance of survival. I today canceled all my doctor's appointments and said, I can't even believe this, I told my urologist, I've already talked about how severe my urinary problem is. I've peed blood 80 to 90% of the time I have urinated since this fire has even happened. Because I didn't get to take care of myself. I'm forced now to take care of cleanup and do stuff that needs to be done, and I don't have time to take care of myself or see my doctors. And when she said, do you want to reschedule? I said no. No, there's no point for somebody who has no future to see somebody to try to waste their time to give them a future. I said, I'll likely be dead by the end of the year, and you guys don't have to worry about it. Okay, well, if you change your mind, give us a call, and hope you have a nice day. That's the response you get back from something like that? From a medical professional? Oh, I've learned, as a man, it don't matter. People don't care about you. A woman, she probably would have sat there and got her all the help in the world she needed. As a man, we already know there is no help for you. And now I can't even talk to my kids, and I probably will never even get to see them again. It doesn't matter, because my son won't even talk to me. It's been months and months since my son will even talk to me. I've had to sit and listen to my daughters. I've had to sit and listen to my daughter tell me he doesn't like you no more. God, I can stop this. I'm done.